Hello, this is Professor Sampson, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do order of operations with fractions in your calculator. I'm going to start with the TI-84 Plus upgrade because that's the easiest way to do the problems. If you have the TI-84 upgrade, we already went over alpha y equals. So all you need to do is put in this problem as such. You will hit the alpha y equals. Get your fraction menu like we talked about in the previous video. 5, put in 4, and then you would go over and enter it the same way. Another alpha y equals for the 1 over 10. Go down, go over. Now you need a plus sign. Now you need to put the parentheses because there's a parentheses there on the problem. You have to put this parenthesis here. So parenthesis. Then now you need your alpha y equals to put in your 5 over 2. Go over, divided by another alpha y equals to put in your 10 over 7. And don't forget to close your parentheses because sometimes you'll get an error. Hit enter, and of course you have your answer right there, 15 over 8. Now, of course, it's easy if you have the upgrade in your calculator using the TI-84 Plus. If you're using the TI-83 or the TI-83 Plus, you do not have the upgrade menu. So I'm going to show you how to put everything in through your calculator. Remember, if you're using a TI-83, I suggested that you put each individual fraction in a parentheses. So you have four fractions, 1, 2, 3, 4 fractions, and each one of those would have its own set of parentheses. So 1 set, 2 set, 3 set, and 4 sets. But you also have an additional set right here. So you would need to put that one in also. So that's what we're going to do the first time, all right? So I'm going to go about it doing it that way. All right, 5 over 4 I'm going to put in parentheses. And I'm going to go through and do exactly the same thing I did, but only now I have to use the parentheses. Now when I get to this point, I have to use the parentheses that's there. So I'm going to put a parenthesis. But then 5 over 2 has its own parenthesis, so I need another set of parentheses for 5 over 2. This parenthesis is not for 5 over 2. This parenthesis is for this parenthesis that's in the problem. I'm going to close the parenthesis for 5 over 2, then divide it by parenthesis 10 divided by 7. Close that parenthesis. Now I have to close, after the 10 over 7, close the final parenthesis. If I am missing a parenthesis, meaning that they are uneven, you will get an error. So once I hit enter, of course, I'll get a decimal, math, enter, enter, and of course I get the same answer. Sometimes I do not want to do all of that work. You should know from order of operations that fractions, that parentheses always comes first. So what my suggestion may be for a longer problem that we may do later is this. You have 5 over 4 times 1 over 10 plus whatever answer you get from here. So then you could do this first and then input the information. So for example, I'm going to do 5 over 2 divided by 10 over 7 first because that's in parentheses, and then I won't have to do the double parentheses. 5 over 2 divided by 10 over 7. I can save myself some time by just hitting math, enter, enter right now. And that's going to give me 7 over 4. So I will write 7 over 4 right here. And now I can put in the whole fraction straight across without having the double set of parentheses. So that would make me have, of course, the problem is 5 over 4. Now I need to close that parenthesis times another parenthesis for 1 over 10. close that parentheses, and now plus another parentheses for the 7/4 that I just got. And again, I get the same answer as I got from the beginning, which is 15/80. I much prefer this method. You would write something down than any other method because you can see your work. All right, let's do another problem. For this problem right here, again, you could put in all of the problems straight across, all of the fractions straight across, and you won't have a problem. If you're using a TI-83, again, or without an upgrade, you would use parentheses around each one of those fractions. If I'm not, I would go to my alpha y equals menu, and I would put this in exactly like I see it. So you can work that problem on your own for a minute as I get it in my calculator. I always double check to make sure that I input the fraction properly. 2/11 divided by 16/33 minus 3/32 times 4/9. And the answer is 1/3. Okay. Let's do two more types of problems that you may see. This problem here, 1/2 plus parentheses 1/2 squared minus 58, just requires you to put the square sign. Again, if you're going to do it without the upgrade, my suggestion is that you do the parenthesis first and then go back and write the problem from left to right. If you have the upgrade, you just go alpha y equals, enter, and then you put in the problem 1/2 plus, I'm going to put my parentheses and I'm going to hit still my alpha y equals 1/2 over, close my parenthesis, and don't forget the shortcut to the square button, and then minus and your answer is 1/8. If you were going to do it without the upgrade, remember 1/2 is its own parentheses and you would square it and you would do the same thing. So again, the only difference is that you're putting in the parentheses around each number. Nothing different from what you've done before. It takes a little bit longer if you don't have the upgrade, but you still get the same answer when you're finished putting in all the numbers. So the answer for this one, of course, is 1/8. And this concludes the video on how you do order of operations with fractions in your calculator.